Hello and welcome to my playthrough of Dragon Quest II. Going to play on Super Famicom, the remaster of Dragon Quest II in Japanese, so with translations. Each text box I will give you the actual original kana spellings, and then the Romaji phonetic translation, then the literal translation, and then the actual text box if it's read in English to the best of my ability. And this is part of my own learning Japanese, so if I make mistakes, definitely point them out, let me know, because that's part of how we go. So now we'll get through the title screen and ready to play. What an iconic theme song. Alright, time to start a new adventure journal and enter the character's name. So I will call myself this time Dao. So we start with Da, add the little diacritic to make it a Da. Then I'll just add another A to make it a bit of a longer sound. O, so that's my character. Go. Just do standard message speeds, and then it gives me time to have the little text box, and then here we have the prologue. So if you remember from the playthrough of Dragon Quest 1, we saved the world, returned the Ball of Light, defeated the Dragon King, and then our character went off to discover some new countries with his princess. So now, we're going to learn a little bit about what became of them. Alright, we have 100 years of peace, so that sounds like this could be a pretty easy game. We're just gonna have this happy world with several countries that are all allied, descended from the great hero. So let's zoom in here, see what's going on in Moonbrook. Nice little garden, the king and his princess just having their peaceful conversation. Looks like we've got a little prison up in the top corner there, where the bad monsters are kept, so... Uh-oh. There's an earthquake. Oh no, who's Hargon? And why is he attacking Moonbrook? Alright, yeah, we better get the princess safe and sound, send her down those stairs. I don't know where those go, but hopefully it's to some secret exit for the castle. Get her out of harm's way, and the king can concentrate on defending his castle. Alright, the king is gonna battle these monsters. Hopefully he's strong enough to win. Oh no, somebody just warped himself out of the prison and sneaking up on the king. Ah, no! Backstab! And the princess had to see it. but down the stairs she goes. Oh, looks like the castle is officially sacked. The king is dead. Looks like the guards are being wiped right out. I'm glad this castle seems to be only military personnel, in addition to the royal family, so we're not using a lot of civilians, because apparently nobody who's not a guard lives here. Alright, let's see how these guys at the entrance do. Looks like they're having quite a fierce battle. Ooh, that's a tough monster, and took out 2 of them. But weakened, so this final guard is able to win the day. Will he escape to inform the king of Lorecia? Looks like he's made it out good, so watching the castle go up in flames, that's not great, but away he goes. Alright, now that the guard has slowly limped his way here into Lorecia, let's see how the conversation goes with the locals. Alright. Not concerned for himself, he just wants to see the king, get his message across, no need for medical treatment, so let's put him up here, but let's not make a commotion. So we don't want to frighten everybody else in the castle, let's take away the king. And just a quick note on the text boxes, you'll notice there's the 3 different colors. So anything blue is a kanji symbol, meaning from the Chinese alphabet, where these are more pictographic. The brown color represents the katakana alphabet, which is the caps, so it's used for emphasis or for foreign words, and sometimes some certain proper nouns. And then the white is your standard hiragana, so that's the Japanese phonetic alphabet. Then all the English and everything else is similarly white. Alright, now that we're on our way, looks like the king's left us something to help us get started, so we'll pop that chest right open, see what's inside. Bit of money and a sword. Okay, well that's a little bit nice. We don't usually see multiple things in a single treasure chest, so good on me. Now let's just chat with the rest of the folks in the castle, see what we can learn. Always equip weapons and armor, good advice. Town of Lyriza to the west, okay. Assuming that's probably our next stop. And there we go, pit stop goes down to Samaltoria, where I believe my first companion should be found. Unlike Dragon Quest 1, Dragon Quest 2, we can have a party with 3 characters in it, and those characters in this game are fixed as part of the quest, so there's no customization of your party at this point. And with the introduction of parties, we now have a new service we didn't have in Dragon Quest I, which is the church. So this is a good place where if you need to revive a fallen comrade, or remove curses, or depoison, all that good stuff we can do here. So don't necessarily have to rely on just antidotes or anything like that. Not a cheap service, but at least we have that option to bring ourselves back. That little swirly blue thing in the middle of that island is a travel door, so that's another new thing in Dragon Quest II. You step on those, they warp you somewhere else. This particular travel door just goes to a random little island that has nothing on it, so I'm not going to bother stepping into it just now, but at a certain point, those can become quite a useful way to get around. Alright, the first battle, the two blue slimes. So again, unlike Dragon Quest I, you can also have multiple enemies in a fight. And lo and behold, despite the sage advice of the guard in the castle, I have not equipped my weapon, so I'm fighting bare-handed. So I guess this fight may take a second to get through, but at least as you'll see, the battle moves quite quickly. The text boxes progress, each enemy gets to make its turn. Blue slimes aren't very tough, so they're not doing a lot of damage to me, even as I'm not doing a lot of damage to them. So we'll just keep hammering at it until I can whittle them down. The way the monster formations are in this is also a little bit different because you have monster groups, so certain spells will work against a group of monsters, certain spells will work against a single monster, and then there's spells that will work against all monsters. So the groups, if there are different types of monsters, will be different, so you could have 2 of something, 1 of something else, 3 of something, or in some cases you'll have a group of 2 of something and then a single of the same thing, so the groups can be split amongst even the same monsters. And that's basically how it goes. So, I guess enjoy this epic battle of the blue slimes. long last, we have finished those 2 slimes. Now let's go and equip that copper sword I picked up, since we definitely don't want to do that again. 5 to 15, that's a pretty substantial power raise, so that should make the future fights a lot easier. And since I took a little bit of a beating from those blue slimes with just the length of that battle, let's go and try this in out and restore myself to full health, so I can return to the field, rearing and ready to go. Oh, hi, good morning. So, off we go. I love the mournful sound of the field music in this quest. The field music actually changes throughout the game to mark progress, which is a little bit different too. Don't have that classic Elfguard field theme going on right now, but this one's pretty good too. And, well, just battle and grind, try to get up to a few more levels. I think level 4 probably is good to consider myself ready to go, so we'll just do a little bit of that. Alright, this is a bit of an escalation. 3 Drackies is a much bigger deal than the 3 slimes. So we'll see if I can handle this this early in the game at level 1. Yep, not looking good. And there we go. Genie! So I'm now dead. So as in all Dragon Quests, it's not the standard JRPG where you die, it's game over. In Dragon Quest you die, you magically find yourself back at the last king you spoke to, he revives you, he helps himself to half the gold that you had on hand, and you're restored, at least your main character is restored to full health, and you're sent on your way with a bit of an admonition. So, lesson learned, I do not want to deal with those Drackies until I move up, so let's stay out of those mountains. And you'll notice I've moved into fast mo, so this is what I'll do when it's boring grinding stuff. So, introduce the monsters and things that I'm battling, but don't necessarily need to go through all the repetitive translations of each individual part of the text. Like this here, I'll slow it down again if the battle has some kind of significance, but otherwise, we'll keep moving. So what's the significance? There's the chimes, level up, level 2, yay! So now I'm gonna get a little bit more strength, a little more speed, a little bit more defense. My main character in this game does not learn magic, so there will not be any MP increases, there will not be new spells, but that will change when we add to the party. Level 3 already. It goes pretty fast in the beginning part of the game. They aren't too harsh on how much you need. That slows down, unfortunately, as you move forward, but getting these first few levels is definitely critical to be able to move on. So, getting a pretty good way towards that goal of level 4. Alright, now that those Drakis and Iron Ants and everybody else is no match for me, I periodically need to heal myself up, so here I am again, going for a nap. Also, I think I have enough gold now to get my first little piece of defensive equipment, which, so they don't have a weapon shop here in Lorecia, or Midenhall. I will buy one here at the tool shop. So we've got the leather shield, I will buy that, and I will equip it, and I will go on my way. Alright, the Iron Ants have fallen, 6 points of experience, and level 4. Oh, that's actually 5 points of strength, that's a big one. And a treasure chest, so that's another thing. It's nice to get stuff. We have a bit more inventory room to work with in this game, especially once we get our other companions than we did in the first. So getting a little bit more routine drops of herbs and things can be quite helpful. Unlike the previous game though, herbs don't stack, so each herb will take up an inventory slot. Alright, now that I have my goal of level 4, I'm gonna make my way to the west and find this town of Lyriza, which seemed to be the first place to go. So, making my way over and battle a few monsters on the way, probably, but we'll see what this first town has to offer. Okay, here it is. I see the town, so let's pop in. Alright, sometimes I'm a little inconsistent with how I interpret the spelling of the town, so Lyriza versus Lyriza. That's because in Japanese L and R are the same letter, so kind of up to interpretation to know how you're going to understand it to come out, but I'll do my best to be consistent, but don't hate on me if I make a mistake once in a while. Alright, the weapon shop. So we have some sickle chain items, a holy knife. So definitely some big upgrades from where I am now, but also very pricey. Require a little bit more grinding to get through and save up for that. In addition to where we probably want a few more levels, monster difficulty does continue to ramp up as we move on towards Cannock or Samaltoria, and want to be prepared for that. Alright, most Dragon Quest games do have a guy just lurking around in a corner somewhere. Usually best not to bother him too much. Yeah, there you go. They are generally standing there by themselves for a reason. Level 5. Moving on up. Just a little bit of strength. There's a good agility boost though. That'll help keep me attacking first. Okay, Babbles, or Battle Slime. First bat creature that can actually create status problems. Alright, got my Doku, or Poison, and I've got some healing herbs, so I guess I'll use that and bring my HP back up, but I do not have any antidote herbs on me, or antidote grass right now, so I will have to make my way back to town and try to get that all sorted out. surprise, level up to level 6. So poison clearly doesn't impact my acquisition of HP. So that was a good amount of agility to get. So I guess some good things come out of bad things. And as I mentioned, the church is definitely one place that we can use to take care of that poison. So I'll give that a go. 12 gold. So this actually isn't a great deal, because the antidote herbs are only 10 or 8 or something like that. So this is actually more expensive than just going and buying one. But I guess if I was in a situation where my inventory slot was full, or if I just wanted to one-shot bam bam and keep everything. So I guess that's why I don't typically do that at the church, but at least we had that experience of getting that all translated. Okay, I'm just gonna pick up an antidote grass just in case I hit more of those babbles and get poisoned again, so I don't have to schlep my way all the way back here to recover, and good to go. Okay, so being level 6 now, I think we can make our way over and just explore this whole area a little bit more. Those babbles were a nuisance, but we've got this shrine sitting here, and it might be a good idea to see what's inside there. Oddly enough, I've always had a little bit of trauma associated with heel slime. The very first time I played Dragon Quest II, or maybe even Dragon Quest III, back in when it was a new game, I got completely massacred by heel slime because I was incapable of inflicting enough damage on it quick enough to avoid it just healing itself, and got stuck in this basically permanent battle until eventually it whittled me down and I died. So I know that's pretty pathetic. You have to encounter it pretty early on. But yeah, that was has always made me have a little bit of a hate on for those guys. Alright, we've encountered Cannock Castle, or Samaltoria, according to the Japanese titling. So, good and welcome. This is where apparently my cousin lives that I'm supposed to join onto my team, so let's explore and chat people up and see what we can find out. So the castle weapons store actually doesn't even have as much as the town of Lyriza does, so I guess we'll just skip this one. I don't think there's anything specific I need to buy here. So the talk through the bars game is always fun. You kinda gotta walk up and hope that eventually they'll come to the bars so you can have a chat. This first one was nice and easy. So, yeah, I suppose it doesn't. If we're gonna have the world explode, doesn't matter if we steal. I guess that's perspective. This guy, maybe he's coming. But nope, he's going away. Try again in a minute. Oh, that person named Hargon again. Yeah. Yep. So, I'm of Loto's bloodline, and so are my cousins, so let's get together and squish them. Oh, come on, guy. Yeah, a little closer, one more. No! Wrong way. Come on. Oh, back to the corner. Yeah? Okay. This guy's a tease. He just doesn't want to talk to me. Really? You're just gonna hang out in the back, huh? You like it back there. Okay. Come back later. Now that's one supportive sister. Everybody else is talking about what a goof-off the prince is, he's not smart, whatever, he's not strong, but sister, off to his support. Well, that tracks for this kind of game. So the prince is not in town. You're gonna have to go and find him in this Spring of Bravery. At least the king wants us to be friends, so... Isn't it weird that I have this cousin that lives in this town next door and we've never met? Okay, well at least the king offers normal king things. Here's my experience that I need. I can save my game. Don't mind if I do. So let's get that happening, and yeah, so let's keep going. Don't need a rest just yet, and let's head off to that spring, I suppose. Well, at least once I get my equipment mapped out. I'm not going to go on dungeon crawling until I'm ready. Alright, I got a wad of gold handy, so let's go and blow it on some new stuff. I can afford the biggest ticket item here, the chainmail, so let's grab that, get it equipped, make myself nice and resilient for the upcoming beatdowns that'll be coming when I finally take on this Spring of Bravery to chase down this apparently not smart, not strong prince. Maybe he'll need to be arrested or something. And I think that's also a pretty good place to just call it a day. So next time, let's do the Spring Bravery.